This guy's video is far more than but this still is a very interesting topic that I'd like to touch on. In this video, this guy's playing the role of a patient as well as a medical professional, talking about why patients want to rub their eyes after surgery. What do you think?
My third grade teacher, Miss Jackson. Yeah, I remember every beginning of class she was saying, "Here you go, baby," and she would give us candy. I remember them days. She be helping us with all the tests and everything. That's the reason why I passed that. She was so helpful. I remember every time at the end of school, if we didn't have a ride, she always takes us home.
Gas is approaching on your position. Move to the safe zone. Enemy soldier incoming. Goddamn beautiful. That landing. Box UAV. Fill up. Gas is moving. Squad made it to the safe zone. Valley targets are up. Get after them. closing
Dude,
in.
do not go out there. Do not go out there, dude. No! Don't get the light.
Restocked. Advise you load up now.
Oh my god, you want to go fly liners. But whatever. We get a dub.
You're returning.
We can get a dub.
Earn this. Squad mates redeploying. Well done. You've got reinforcements inbound. Located the rest of them. Get to the safe zone. You're losing ground. Move it. Down one squad mate. We'll get you redeployed faster. Enemies are dropping into the area. Watch the skies. Green boost. Target down. Marking the rest of them. Mark the remaining operators from that squad. Hunt them down. Confirmed. Located the rest of them. Enemies deployed a counter UAV.
Wow, big rat, guy. Why? Where's one big rat?
Use your attack map to hunt down the rest of them. Squad is down. They're alive to bring them
Dude,
back.
no way.
5 remain. They hit us hard that time. Let's
Yeah,
regroup and get
technique
back
don't
up
lose
there.
that game. That's not
Gas is
bad
closing
though.
in. Relocating the safe.
Ooh, SPG, nigga. What is this for again?
What's up? Little mama come here, dog. You start talking, but I really couldn't dare until she started guessing like she do it in the mirror. Like she do it in the mirror. Like she do it in the mirror. She broke it down, started moving like she care. Like she do it in the mirror. One chop, two, chop that ass down, down. Chop that ass down, down. Chop that ass down. All I want you to do is just drop that ass down. Drop that ass down. I like that. She do it like she do it in the mirror. Be cautious, the booty is bigger than it appears. You speed it up and slow it down like she's switching gears. Looking for the baddest one here. fella like do that there, do that there. You gotta stretch it out, girl, move that there. She bend it over, touch her toes when she toot that there like hut one, hut two. Girl, who back there? Who back there? I'm back there. I could take a step back and sip a cognac there. Picture perfect body, that's a Kodak there. Now making this feel rough. The roof is on fire, so what? I'm high.
And I'm not fond of it. It doesn't hit it as hard as it did. But I can make the last with a Fennec. The Fennec still is somewhat good. Except I'm gonna happy for the same damn way happy song.
Drop that ass down. All I want you to do is just drop that ass down. I look back at it.
Everything was green till I showed up. That's the message that I get from the hate. Like, wait a minute, hold up. 911 hung up when you called up. Who you gonna call when the airplane rolled up? Super black man, coked up superhero. Looking like a cross between Tupac and Pop De Niro. Like a boss, I'm lonely, I land on my feet when I speak up. But it won't go. There's a culture, free speech. You look done.
Got 12 cells. Muffle.
These are some names that are banned in other countries, so do let me know if you see your name on this list. If your name starts with the letter C, you can't exist in Iceland, because the letter C does not exist in the Icelandic alphabet. So no child born in Iceland has a name that starts with the letter C, which is ironic because Iceland has a C in it. This is the most unfortunate thing I've ever seen in my life. But in the UK, unfortunately, you can't name your child Smellyhead, but in the rest of the world, you can. So if you had plans to name your child Smellyhead, sorry to break the news, but you can't. In New Zealand, you can't be named period or comma. You learn something new every day. These are some names.
If you get shot with a taser, 2 dart-like electrodes bury into your skin. These darts are connected to the gun with a wire that sends a high-voltage, low-current electrical charge. Once the charge has traveled up the wire and reaches your body, it takes over your neuromuscular system, causing overwhelming muscle contractions. This electrical pulse temporarily paralyzes them.
What?
You get Okay, I tried to fast this for you. I honestly don't.
What, you get out for you? Oh, okay. Don't do it, failure.
Enemy soldier incoming. All stations, green light. We are deploying to the war zone.
The saddest moments filled in gaming history. Streamer Cordy 2D made a wholesome promise to the king hoping to avoid the battle pass. This is how it ended up. In this game, I'll buy you the battle pass. You can tell they really played their hearts out, but unfortunately the kid did not receive the battle pass.
Trip. Stay alive to keep your squad in the fight. Your team leader set a drop point for your squad, so gas is falling on your position. Try to kill it out of there.
Easy to kill, boy. And Cassie shoots at his teammate. No shot, dude. Anyway, I need one. Last one teammate.
Most unique prisoner in the world. In his plan to escape, he ties his thumb with a shoelace and then hits it hard against a table, which breaks his thumb. Then he sneaks a pill from the prison's medicine supply and hides in the bathroom. There, he uses a thread to tie around a part of a glass medicine bottle, puts another part in his mouth, and swallows it down. Next, he breaks a lighter, takes out the small stone inside, and hides it under his fingernail. Next day, police take him to a hospital because he had promised to give blood to Jailer's sick child who has a serious disease. This promise was just a trick as part of his escape plan. At the hospital, when police dogs get close, he scares them away. He's then tied to a bed in Operation Theater, but when the doctors give him an injection, he breaks the glass bottle inside his mouth. This stops the injection from working. Pretending to be knocked out, he waits for the moment when no one is watching him. Then he twists his broken thumb to pull his hand out of the handcuffs. Suddenly, he kicks the doctor and uses the flint to set the oxygen pipe on fire, causing chaos. Finally, he finds a pipe, jumps into it for his escape, removes the thread from his mouth on the go, grabs the defibrillators, and lands in the garbage room because supply and hides in the bathroom. There, he uses a thread to tie around a part of it.
So this family vlogger is going to jail for a long time for child abuse. She used to run a YouTube channel called 8 Passengers where she filmed her daily life with her 6 kids and her husband in Utah. But people started to notice that she was getting kind of abusive in her videos. She was completely invading their privacy, she was withholding food as a punishment, and she even made her kids sleep on a sleeping bag for 7 months. It got to the point where people started a petition on Change.org to get Child Protective Services involved. Well, a couple years later, her 12-year-old son escaped out of the window after being tied up by the mom and begged the neighbor to give him food and water. The kid had open wounds on his body and was malnourished to the point where he was skin and bone. When the authorities came to her house, they found her 10-year-old daughter also severely malnourished. And now she's facing up to 30 years in jail. But
Ow.
Use this now? Show everybody a gun?
people caught cheating, Part 5. A little backstory before I get into this clip. This guy had to be out of town for a week because of work, and his wife was supposed to be home alone all by herself. But as you're going to see in this next clip, he ended up coming home early and catching his wife in the act of cheating on him with one of his best friends.
You're so fucked. You're so. You guys play the fucking game. Act like you're sleeping. I'm playing the fucking game. Look. How this is going to? What do you think this shit's going?
You know the breakfast theory? That's the healthiest meal of the day. Yeah. That's obviously not true. What? That is true. No, it's propaganda. Check this out. The origin of breakfast wasn't for actual health. It was for selling more meat. Edward Bernays, they say he's the grandfather of propaganda. Back in the day, they never ate breakfast like how we eat breakfast today, with bacon, sausage, and eggs and shit like that. Remember the milkmen? Remember they were pushing milk so hard because they had such a huge supply of it, and they weren't selling enough of it. Milk comes with what? Cows. But there's so much meat that they couldn't sell it. So they decided, fuck, how are we gonna do this? Alright, propaganda is supposed to make breakfast a staple. Got a doctor to claim it's the most important meal of the day. That shit was false.
Have you ever wondered what the yolk is in an egg? I mean, some people think it's the actual undeveloped baby chick, but thankfully that's not the case. You see, when an egg is fertilized, the developing embryo is actually connected to the yolk, and the yolk has all the nutrients the embryo needs to grow. It's full of proteins, vitamins, and minerals, which is mainly why it tastes so good. Have you ever wondered what the yolk is in an egg?
Next, let's go. Public executions are rarely a good time for the person being executed, but I think that Mary, Queen of Scots, had it the worst. With 1586, Queen Mary Stuart was found guilty of plotting an assassination of her cousin, Queen Elizabeth, and sentenced to be executed at Fotheringhay Castle in 1587. The method for her execution was beheading, and it did not go smoothly. The executioner messed up his first swing of the axe and lodged it into the back
back of Mary's head. His second swing was barely any better. This time he made it through the neck, but a small piece of sinew kept her head attached. Feeling frustrated, the executioner sawed through the sinew and presented Mary's head to the crowd. But he made the mistake of holding her by her wig, so her
time for
head
some target practice.
fell to
Real thing's coming soon.
her half extremely short, gray hair. And as if the scene couldn't get any more chaotic, a few moments later, a small dog scurried out from under her dress, barking like mad, stressed from her current state
This judge hands out the most creative punishments for animal abuse. Judge Chicken has a soft spot for animals. So when animal abusers are getting one wrong, he's hold up the taste of their own medicine. He gets really green. One woman dumped 35 kittens in 2 different parks, so he gave her 2 options. Spend 90 days in jail for animal abandonment, or spend 14 days in jail, donate $3,200 to the Humane Society, and spend 1 night alone in the woods just like the kittens did. But the judge's once again took his punishment for the living disgusting dirty conditions. He found the nastiest part of the dumpling and after seeing
my husband had to do it. He got me yesterday and he was like, I'm starving. He's like, I just ate with the baby. I didn't eat anything. And he looked at me and went, what do you want? I was like, oh, like, I'm good, babe. I'm promising that
Survive and your team can redeploy. Eliminate targets and bring them back faster. Your team leader. Set a drop point for your squad, soldier. You got gas closing in fast. Unask yourself to the safe zone.
This is all hustle. First thing he pulls out of that bag was the burrito for me. He said, here, because I was holding the baby. He's offering his mom's burrito because I know what I'm fine means. I'm going to be free when my food gets here.
You're losing ground. Move it.
Yeah, Yellow, I hope you get killed, little boy. Too small.
Fill up.
Good, because the veteran does not work for this mode. Well, it does work, it just cannot be killed for a second. So it was out perfectly for me. Perfectly fine. I think I'm going to leave. LMAO. You thought you could still live. I still killed you.
Your squad mates redeploying. Well done.
Dude, the ammo 9 stars for this season.
Safe zone.
But I gave a bro a chance to come and kill me, and he failed. Nah, I really said, let him get up, let him get up.
Your squad mates back on station. Good work.
Don't mess around with me. I will kill you. And then I will laugh at you. I'm
Enemies are
even
dropping
trying to
into
get
the
my
area.
phone now.
Watch the skies.
Thank you.
Loadout drop headed your way.
Because I'm in the line. Kind of lame. Why did you
Gas is
trap?
inbound. Marking a new safe zone. Only 25 left.
I
Keep up the good work.
Why?
Advise you load up now.
Yeah, it's so funny, dude. What do you do? God.
Hostile Guardian has been deployed.
That's me,
Enemies
I'm
dropping
dead.
into the AO. Get ready. You're redeploying.
Taking effective fire.
Gotta be a dragon, he look good in his jeans, but he look better when he's sagging. Big booty
Squad
niggas
mates
used to hold it in
redeploying.
his
Well
bag.
done.
Wait, took that nigga on a date. He said, where you going? So I told him you're the state. He said, man, what you say? Major and so I'm educated. He said, this is in real life kids. He's 5 minutes in and he thinks
Located the rest of them.
I'm done, dude. God, I can't do anything. I want to be Chad's teammates, dude. This is not. What is this, dude?
When she see the size of my dick, she starts slurping it. Every time I jump, it's a whole bunch of turkey. Like, bro, what is that, baby? I ain't never heard of it. I told her that she better get the motherfucking learning. So I showed her the basics. I started jumping in the air, and then the speed picked up, and then I knocked over a chair.
God.
Man, y'all should have saw her hair, and then the turbulence had her looking like she just fought a bear.
Yeah, of course.
Snapping, I call it Thanos. My turbulence so talented, that shit can play piano. My shit started off a tsunami in Florida, Orlando. Fully auto turbulence, never run out of ammo. And I tried to get just Joe Official up on the track. Man, I hit him with a DM.
Cheese burrito. It always means a bean and cheese burrito. And he's not wrong. Okay, it does always mean I want a bean and cheese burrito. My husband.
In 1998, astronauts noticed something unusual floating near Earth. They took photos of this object, but because it was so dark, they couldn't tell what it was. Once the photos were seen by the public, well, this is where the conspiracies begin. You see, many people believed this mysterious object was an alien satellite dubbed the Black Knight. They claimed it was sent here to secretly monitor human activity. But according to NASA, this mysterious object was actually just a thermal blanket that got loose during a mission. In 1990,
I'll give you however much you want. Whoa. You think I'm a money? I ain't looking for no goddamn handout. I'm looking for a good job. See? Money, I'll just help me in the short term. Job, skill, experience. It's back there to give you 40 hours a week. Position. You calling the cops? That's the goddamn cop.
I'll kill. Yeah, well, what I recommend is that you keep at least 500 on your chest, just avoid a mental balance.
Introducing this is known as the deadliest disease in human history. The Black Death, or bubonic plague, which struck Europe between 1346 and 1353. The death toll is unimaginable by today's standards. A third now of all people in Europe died from it. What many people don't know, the disease still exists today. It is a highly contagious infectious disease caused by the bacterium Yersinia pestis. The disease is transmitted by rodents such as rats through the bite of an infected flea. After infection, the pathogen multiplies in the lymph nodes until buboes form, which melt and decay in a purulent state.
How many times have you died because you thought you could jump off a building, but you can't? Welcome to Rebirth Edition Episode 1, where I go around and test different buildings to see if you can fall off them and survive, so let's get into it. Now, today we're starting off at Control, one of the most popular buildings. First up, let's try the sides of Control. You can survive here, but you take a ton of damage to your base health, and your movement is really delayed. Next up, let's try between the two buildings. The key here is to drop from the walkway. There is no movement delay, and you only take a little bit of damage. That's actually the same for any third-story window, so you can just full send out of windows. Next up, let's try the front side of Control.
Time for some target practice. Real thing's coming soon.
Falling back and offered a bill as payment. But when Toby turned around, he handed the bill to the banker and he laughed so hard. That day he planned to invade a mansion. He unlocked the door.
Enemies are dropping into the
Just
area.
as he was
Watch
taking
the
down
guys.
the expensive paintings, he heard a commotion in the basement. When he found about a kidnapping party, boys who quickly searched the basement and found a secret door. But when he looked in the cat's eye, he was startled because he saw someone locked up inside, and that's when the owner of the mansion back to the place. Realizing his painting was crooked, Toby took the opportunity to escape. The rich man heard the noise. He came to the door to check. Nothing. Toby was already lying on the floor. He was looking at the rich man's observation.
This is the pocket chainsaw. It's using no gas, no electricity, and yes, small enough to fit my house. But the work, I found a dead tree in my backyard. This is the perfect spot to use this thing. So basically it works exactly like every other chainsaw. Except the top is on right here. So I saw this thing on TikTok, and the video was incredible. It chopped that tree like twice. But I don't know if that was here we go. Oh my goodness, it's killing it.
Prep time's over. Now you deploy to the war zone. Survive and your team can redeploy. Eliminate targets to bring them back faster. Your team leader. Set a drop point for your squad, soldier. You've got gas closing in fast. Unass yourself to the safe zone. Enemies are dropping into the area. Watch the gas. Gas is moving. Squad made it to the safe zone. Located the rest of them. Marking the rest of that squad on your TAC map. Get hunting. Loot blast.
Yeah, of course you're being a pussy, dude. You're just sitting there, dude. You have no skill. You do that the entire game, then you're gonna die no matter what. So, trash. I'm so good, I'm sitting down. Pick yourself.
You get the Make it count. Your squad mates redeploying. Well done.
I'm done. You're best not to get it. So that's good. What's them?
Your squad mates back on station. Good work.
Ow, couldn't get me. I'll made out. I outsmarted you.
I was about to say. Okay, so now I need
That's our field upgrade.
She left me to drown.
You got reinforcements inbound. Your squad mates back on station. Good work. Enemy soldier incoming.
So right there, I'm surrounded. Bust down, bust down, bust down, bust down, bust down.
You got a loadout drop inbound.
I got a couple people on me.
Fucking sit down, fucking pussies. Fucking just fuck off, fuck off. You're so fucking gay. Fuck off, dude. I see you, though. I see you right me.
Why does anybody use regular chainsaws? That was great. I want to chop something else down. What do you know about really?
Listen, most people don't know about the world's last Stone-aged island, where the natives living on this island are said to be the last uncontacted people on Earth. In fact, it's actually illegal to go within 3 miles of this island, as the few people who have stumbled upon North Sentinel Island often don't make it out alive. Living here are the Sentinelese, who live in a completely different universe than those just 50 kilometers away in the modern city of Port Blair. Their population is said to be between 50 to 500 people, which is a very broad estimate, given not much is known about the Sentinelese, which has led some explorers to...
I'm in the club rockin' Louis. I see This is the rarest skin in Warzone. Let's see how these
Right
guys
now
got it.
is the reward that you get for completing the Champions Quest on Rebirth
That's a cool
Island.
suit.
This video is absolutely insane. It's the hardest nuke I've ever completed in my life.
Have you ever heard about the Marilyn Monroe? So this is here.
Time for some target practice. Real things coming soon.
that makes me like the film.
Your scalp. This fungus feeds on your scalp's oils and increases the population of fungus. This causes irritation.
Enemy soldier incoming.
So more dead skin cells than these cells get mixed with the scalp's oil and stick together into clumps, which is called dandruff. The white stuff
That's crazy.
falling out of your hair.
So his daughter made a strap that allowed him to lick his hand. And when he was finally able to hug him, his reaction was so wholesome.
Prep time's over. Now you deploy to the war zone.
The 5 passengers of the Titan passed away instantly from the implosion. This is but if you wondering just how instantly. Let me explain. It takes our brain 100 milliseconds to process pain, and it takes our minds 10 milliseconds to process visual. So when the Titan imploded, the high pressure caused the entire event to take less than 1
Survive and your team can redeploy. Eliminate targets to bring them back faster. Your team leader. Set a drop point for your squad, soldiers. Keep clear of that gas. Get to the safe zone.
This guy after this game, dude. Oh god, that's awesome! Oh god! Oh god, that's awesome! Oh my god!
Fill up.
Oh god, that was awesome, dude.
Heads up, an enemy squad marked you as a bounty target.
Copy. Longbow 3-1 on approach. Strike inbound.
Dude, screw off! Screw off, dude! You have no skill! I think that was pushed me, so it's just the same 24/7, dude.
The safe zone is far from your location. Get moving pronto.
The storm does so much fucking damage.
Fire sale active. Buy station prices have been reduced. Enemy soldier incoming.
Come on.
I'm sick of this. Oh, dude just gets fucking killed, let him fucking wipe it, fucking camping, fucking jerking themselves, fucking off, dude, fucking pissing me off, dude. Fuck off. This game is starting to piss me off.
Does that mean we won't see you fight again?
Most likely I'm not gonna fight it.
Mike Tyson have admitted in his last fight to an interviewer that he can't fight anymore, and keep fighting is just disrespectful for the boxing career. But why he accepted to fight Jake Paul despite the age gap? Andrew Tate also was asked in a podcast if he would agree to fight Tyson, but he said, "Would you fight Mike Tyson?" As you heard, Andrew Tate completely declined to fight Tyson regarding to his age. However, keep in mind that the estimate value of the fight is between $50 million to $100 million, which what might have motivated Tyson to accept the fight. But as we all know, Tyson now is 58 years old, retired boxer. But even though he is going to fight Jake Paul on July 20th, so who do you think is going to win?
Do you know about the disturbing backstory of George Washington's teeth? Well, by the time he became president, Washington only had one natural tooth left that would slide into his dentures right here. And the false teeth in these dentures was a collection of sanded down cow and horse teeth, as well as human teeth that he purchased and extracted from enslaved people. And these dentures inflamed his mouth so badly that his jaw became deformed, which is partially why he was never seen or painted smiling. Do you know about the
Guys, look at the sky!
What the heck is that?
We don't have a chance.
Wait, maybe Jimbo can help us.
Hey morons, what happened again?
Hey, Mr. Fresh.
What's the largest bullet you've ever dodged? My mom's best friend's son, who was a diagnosed sociopath, was recently released from prison, and since he was doing tattoos for a living, he and his mom came to our house to give me a tattoo. The entire time they were over, his mom kept quite aggressively suggesting I go on a date with her son. She made me feel extremely uncomfortable and pressured to say yes, and she knew I had a hard time saying no to people, so she kept pushing. The son even chimed in, guilt-tripping me by telling me he's tattooing me for free and I won't even give him a chance. But he and I had no chemistry at all, and I really wasn't feeling it. Worst of all, he was covered in swastika tattoos. I also found it really creepy that he kept stroking the sole of my foot while doing a tattoo several inches above my ankle. I was really close to agreeing out of peer pressure, but luckily my mom stepped in, and we managed to end the tattoo party with no dates made. About 3 months later, I was listening to the news as background noise, and I heard her son's name mentioned. Police are looking for him. He stripped his girlfriend and all 4 of her children. After the girlfriend caught him, one of the kids. What's the...
The man cuts his finger slicing vegetables.
I want to go to Mars, but I don't really want to fly. So I had Mars brought to me. Yeah, right. What? I know a guy.
So if Chipotle ever charges extra for what, I will buy the whole company and dilute all the stuff. By the way, me and Jeff Bezos are friends, we're cool.
Jeff Bezos cleans my food.
The Kobe beef that I eat's got flavor.
I don't eat animals that are endangered.
I've been giving money to the Senate.
This influencer ate tapeworms for views. What happened next was terrifying. Nicholas Kratka came up with the dumbest idea to go viral. He caught a fish infested with tapeworms and decided to eat it. He knew eating tapeworms is dangerous but did it anyway for TikTok. Nicholas's video ended up getting hundreds of thousands of views. But things were about to get terrifying. Just 2 days later, the tapeworms were literally destroying his body. Nick had the worst diarrhea of his life and he thought he was going to die. 2 more days passed and it seemed like Nick was actually going to die. One day, Nick's friend posted on his TikTok saying that the tapeworms had spread into his eyes and brain and killed him. Nick's friend said that he would be hosting a funeral and invited viewers to attend the funeral. But something fishy was going on. Apparently, Nick's was a complete lie. Nick was still alive and beaming at his increasing follower count. All he did in reality was go to the doctor and get some tapeworm medication, which got rid of the tapeworms pretty easily.
Have you attempted to steal a jet in GTA? Or leave your room door open at night? Random facts that could save your life one day. If you're at your house at night and someone broke in, turn off the lights. You know the way around your house better than they do. If you're in a building that is on fire, use the stairs to escape, not the elevator. Elevators fail during fires, which will cause you to be trapped inside and burned to death. If you're ever buried in an avalanche, just spit. Your saliva will follow the gravity, and you can simply dig the opposite way.
There's this girl named Mary Vincent. Yeah, she was like a hitchhiker back in the 70s. She wanted to hitchhike from California.
What you're about to watch is the most wholesome
something you'll see all day. Caught on camera for the first time ever is a group of nearly 1,000 baby emperor penguins nervously marching towards a cliff in Antarctica. Well, it's about this age for them, around 6 months old, that these penguins learn to swim. So, starting with one brave little chick to take that first leap, hundreds of others are given the confidence to follow, plummeting 50 feet into the icy ocean below. That was beautiful. What's going on?
These are some body parts that will disappear one day, so enjoy them now. So body hair used to protect humans from severe weather conditions, but with modern clothing and technology will likely evolve past it. This doesn't include eyebrows, which keep sweat from our eyes, and beards, which help attract mates. Apparently, wisdom teeth, which were historically important for chewing plants, have become burdensome and obsolete as our mouths have gotten smaller to adjust for our new diet. Similarly, your appendix used to be necessary to digest cellulose from plants. Men have nipples because when a fetus first evolved, it's not clear what the sex is, but once it's determined that prolactin levels to produce milk are too low, nipples become completely useless for men, unless you're using them for other things.
The man is trying to summon an angel to save the woman, but then the angel comes up and kicks the man in the face. It turns out the angel has betrayed God. The angel grabbed the man and threw him out of the room. At this point, the man is trying to save the woman. He starts praying to God, but God doesn't answer him. So he slit his wrists and summoned Satan. Just as the man was about to die, Satan came. So the man made a deal with Satan. The man decided to trade his life for the woman's. Satan happily agreed. Because of the man's special ability, he can only go to hell after death. So Satan could have one more assistant. So Satan came to the woman's side and saved her. After all this, Satan returned to the man and prepared to take him back to hell. But the man's body became heavier and heavier. Satan couldn't drag the man halfway to hell. Suddenly, a ray of divine light shone, and it turned out that the man had sacrificed himself to save the woman, and God agreed to let the man go to heaven. Before the man left, he gave Satan a friendly gesture. Satan didn't want God to have the man, so he forced the man to stay on Earth. The man is trying to build his wall sockets with the buttons, but one says Satan's constant reset. Most people think it's just a way to turn the power on and off, but these outlets have actually saved thousands of lives. When you plug in a device, it creates